Hey guys, it's Jaden, and tonight's episode of The Magicians was intriguing. It really was something else. Episode 3 essentially started off how it is, but I'm gonna just split it down each storyline so we can just have this concluded. We'll start with Alice and Elliot. We'll start with Alice, who finds that Quentin's essence from the golem that she buried in her backyard has not gone back to Quentin in the underworld. So she goes on a quest with herself to Fillory, but Elliot stops her. Turns out Elliot has not ever told Alice how much he loved Quentin, how much, they spent together about the Mosaic times. So that's interesting. But yeah, we're still dealing with Quentin's death. It seems like it's not going to go away anytime soon. But hopefully this is the last episode about it, because we need to move on. We need to carry on. So they go to Fillory to sit there and go to the top of the mountain and drop something inside of it that's basically going to lead back to the underworld, allegedly. But they end up traversing onto the trail, but they have to deal with the takers. They're these mysterious weird beasts that have just been taking things. Along the way, they end up meeting this guy who ends up saving them. And he's just talking about like, hey, yeah, the takers took this. They took this from me. They did this. It was just like a whole emotional moment, discussion about grief, discussion about love. They finally get to the top of the mountain, and they drop Quentin's essence in there. Elliot finally tells Alice about the Mosaic timeline, and Alice is like, oh. But turns out she already knew that Quentin loved Elliot, but Alice loved Elliot and Quentin loved both of them. So it's a whole situation and love triangle. And turns out also that the last time that Elliot actually spoke to Quentin was that season 3 finale. So I will also point out there was just one burn when they ended up arguing earlier in the episode where Elliot said, like, you betrayed us to Alice, like you betrayed us, and I became possessed and Quentin died because he was trying to save me or something like that. When I tell you that burn, like, I choked. I just a little bit, because I was like, whoa, wow. I'm here for petty Elliot. Moving along to Josh, Finn, and Margot. Margot kind of doesn't want to let them know that Elliot sent the letter to basically save them. Ugh, oh well. But they end up infiltrating the Dark King's tournament, essentially, because Josh has set up a tournament to sit there and find the best fighter. And Margot enters, Finn enters. Margot and Finn kick that ass. They whooping everybody. But then in the finale, they end up being like, hey, we can have the finale tomorrow because it's a full moon. Because she's already dealing with her own wolfness. It's coming out. She's angry. She's really feeling it. Josh is kind of dealing with his own wolfness. Turns out Finn is also. So that means that Josh slept with Finn, and it's just like, surprise. When Margot and Finn fight, it's really wild because Margot's really mad, and she gets the better of Finn, stabbing her with a knife, and you thought Finn was dead right there. Margot seemed regretful, but turns out it was just a child's play knife that Finn used to play with when she was a child. You can't really, kill someone for good. It's just for play, for show. They go into the cages to sit there and wolf out for a little bit, and they come back. They start actually having that conversation, and Margot finally reveals, like, yeah, no, I didn't know it was a child's play knife. I thought it was a real knife. Period. Also, I didn't send a letter. I didn't even save you guys. And finally, which I love, Finn went off on Margot, like, I can't believe this. We've been really feeling bad and sorry, thinking you were the best person ever, and it turns out you're literally the worst. And I'm just like, yo, okay. Margot letting them know, like, yeah, I was basically gonna let you die. I gave up. I couldn't do anything else. It's just such a hurtful moment. But then we have Penny and Alice. They go on a search to find this person who can do predictions and for circumstances and analysis, and a math geek, essentially. I don't want to call her a geek. You know what? I already said it. Gonna keep it in. Turns out that the math geek and her sister and her other sister ended up saving the apocalypse when they were seniors in break bills. And they were like, we're done. We're not doing it again. Which I was like, ooh, what a plan, right? What a plan. when is it your time to move on? Eventually, the math person ends up coming back and telling Julia and Penny, like, hey, this is what's happening. We have an apocalypse happening probably in like 2 weeks. It's gonna kill millions. How do we stop it? Plan, I guess we'll figure that out next week. Oh, that guy who helped Alice and Elliot in the beginning, turns out he was the Dark King. What? Wow. What? I'm gonna be honest, didn't see it coming. But overall about the episode, I think this is a better episode than last week. It kind of moved along a lot faster. I like the fact we got to actually see some action. I liked also the fact that, you know, Elliot finally telling Alice, like, hey, I loved Quentin. And I think it's the fact that him actually speaking those words into existence, because I don't think he's ever really said it. He's never had time to. He's just been in crisis the entire time. And then basically comes back and Quentin's dead. So also telling Alice about the mosaic, it just makes you think like, wow, you know, at least Elliot does have part of those memories that he did live a whole life with Quentin. And, well, it's just really like somber, like a really somber moment between the two of them. But at least now, you know, Elliot's no longer going to be bitchy towards everyone because he's holding in his emotions. So hopefully that's done, because, you know, I just need him to be bitchy just in general. I don't need angry Elliot. I need just straight up cut him like a fish, you know, Elliot. Like, the whole Penny and Julia situation, I think that's a good question. When is it your time to be done from saving the world? That's a good question. I don't know. I guess the whole idea, like them being able to really get their own happy ending, getting to live their own life, I mean, I've never really thought about it, because we don't really ever have a story that sits there and talks about the protagonist being like, okay, I can't be the only one forever who's going to sit there and save the world. And that's a good point. They've saved the world once. What was season 2? What did they save from 2? Was it just a quest in 2? I know they saved it in 3. They brought back magic in 4. So they've saved the world a couple times, at least 3 or 4 times at this point. So it's a really good question. When are they going to be done? I don't know. I really don't. I really have nothing to say about the whole Margot actually showing her true colors. I know Margot really cares, but like, she really said those things because she was hurt, and you know, hurt people. So she let it out, and I don't know where this goes with Finn and Margot's relationship, or Finn and Josh's, or Josh and Margot. Like, I don't really know where that's going to go going forward, but I do know it's definitely not going back to the way it was. I don't really think Josh is going to really be that lovesick puppy anymore. It's going to be like, wow, I can't believe you left us to die. You gave up. So hopefully back when the crew is basically coming together, they're all going to go on their own little journeys. It seemed like on the preview for next week that Margot's really going to get embedded in the whole Dark Kings. I really can't think of the word, but Xing Xing, you know what I'm talking about. Those people. So the guard. And I'm really excited to see where that goes. I'm also excited to see whether Elliot really pursues his relationship with the Dark King. I really want to know what made the Dark King come to power. That is really what's really interesting. To learn that this man was kind of just a normal man. So what made him basically be like, hey, let me kill Finn and Josh in a prior past timeline? Like, I don't know. This is really good questions that we need to be asking. Anyway, what was your thought of the episode? I really want to know. I'll be honest, these shows aren't really bringing me hella excitement. I'm watching because I genuinely love the show, but it's just like, if we have one more episode about grieving and not enough magic. Also, where was Katie? Anyway, if we have one more episode without grieving, I would really hope that we kind of move past that at this point. It's been 3 episodes. I'm not saying like give up on Q, but I'm over it at this point. Like, I would rather just watch a whole show with Katie at this point. If we're just gonna keep grieving Q and just not letting it go. But yeah. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me. Check out my past videos. I don't know. Let me know. I really want to talk. Anyway, it's my day. Bye.